This little tutorial is for treatment planning protocol on 3T. The radiation treatment protocol is a spinal protocol that could be involved with thoracic spine or lumbar spine. It depends on the tumor location. You're gonna need patient gating, PPU gating, so put a little pull sock on the patient. And you're gonna need power injection with this protocol. Okay, here we go. Sequences work, okay, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So this protocol is located under the hospital, of course, folder, and then UW protocols. Go to radiation treatment planning folder, and this is your first protocol right here, spine. And here it is, all right. Okay, so this is Cine BTFE sequence, and it's a short stack. It runs about 3 minutes. It's PPU gated, so you need to put a gating on the patient and put this stack on the area of interest, on the vertebra of interest. And let's see how the final results looks like. So big picture view. So this is the final product. All right. Next sequence. Okay, so this is the next sequence. It's a sagittal T1 E-Thrive. The only comment on this is this is fairly big field of view, so you have to center it right on the area of interest. It's not just a routine lumbar or thoracic. It's just centered on the area of interest. And here's the sagittal, obviously in the center right here. And this is how the final product looks like going here. So it's just a beautiful Thrive. It runs for about 4 minutes. No special instructions for this. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, the next sequence is CS3D spin. It's also sagittal imaging. It's also similar field of view. You just center it right in the area of interest. Your geo name should be matching the previous sequence, and also your shim box should be as small as possible. Here's your coronal setup. Here, this sequence runs for about 4 minutes on average, 4:10. Let's look at the final result, and it's really beautiful interlace right there. Okay, so no further comments on that. Moving on to the next sequence. Okay, we are on dynamic sequences, pre and post. These are a little bit of tricky ones, so just pay attention here. This sequence will come up with conflict, and so this is how you would get rid of this conflict. So go under conflicts and choose MSK T2. That's the option you have to choose. And then go under echoes and choose 2 double. So 4 echoes, and then conflict is gone. So as far as the coverage, field of view is kind of small. Put it right in the middle of your vertebra tumor, but they're not conventional sagittal coverage. You don't need to cover the entire vertebra. You basically need to cover the tumor. And in my case here, we see that the tumor is slightly to the right of the patient, on the patient's side here. I don't need to cover the entire vertebra. I just need to cover the margins of the tumor, which is clearly covered right here. And then I went ahead and added a little bit of more slices just to cover this process, spinal process right here on the right side right here. And here's how coronal looks like. So since I added some slices, so let's take a look right here. Originally it came up as 10 slices. I have added 12 slices. The total dynamic scans are 15, so total 15. Each dynamic scan should not exceed 10 or 11 seconds. So when we go here, I had to increase my voxel size to decrease my time. So originally it came up as 1.5, and I have clicked twice to create the time, which you could see dynamic scan time 11 seconds, exactly what I needed. The total time scan is 248. So just make sure that you don't exceed 11 seconds or so for each dynamic scan. This is how the final product's gonna look like. 15 phases enhancement that you could see. So it's important to center your vertebra right in the middle, because obviously you could see I've got some artifact, and that was from metal. Also, my patient had a metal in the spine, inferiorly and superiorly. So you may not have artifact, but I did. So yeah, and our final post-GAD sequence is sagittal E1 T1 E Thrive, and it's also a big field of view. It should be copied. Here's how it's pretty generous slab. It's really wide. It runs for about 5 minutes, and here's how final result of this should look like. It's really beautiful. No artifacts, even though there's metal. Goes all the way out, all the way in, just to make sure it's clean. And you should be done with this exam. Yes, thank you so much, guys.